Hey everyone, it's Adam here. We have a 2018 GS, and man, my left control switch is looking a little bit tired. Just a wee bit tired and faded. It's so faded that the menu and the ABS ESA buttons, they're either working partly or not working at all. And so you can kind of see, well, that kind of gets stuck there. Basically, it's very soft and you can't really repair this. You have to replace the whole assembly. But this button here primarily stops working. So I'm going to take it off. Now to get to it though, I do have to remove a few things. I've got to remove the advanced hand guards, the grip puppies, maybe. And then there's two screws underneath here. I'm going to start with just removing these two screws and see if I can do it without this. But well, I'll show you the new one. So here's the new one. As you can tell, it looks a lot happier. And this button actually clicks. Where that one clicks, but it's gonna get stuck one way or the other. But you'll see on the bottom here, we have two Torx 8 screws. And you'll see here, you've got a plug you'll need to plug in. There's another one up here, but I don't think I'll need to access that one. Part number, in case you're wondering, but you can look it up. There we go. There's your part number right there. Pricey, but this thing has stopped working on me. Oh, it's kind of broken a little bit there. It's kind of off the side again. This thing stopped working on me enough that it's time to replace it. Behind this is a T15. So there's your spot right there. Took a while to find this thing, but it's holding this all in. Now you're taking a small pick. I'm using a really sharp knife here. You're breaking away this part here and this part here. And then you're going underneath. You can see right there. You're sticking your knife right in there and you're breaking this apart and getting this to separate from the body. Don't go too deep though, or you'll end up cutting those wires that go to your wonder wheel, which is far more important than the menu button in my opinion. Just be careful. I unhooked these two rubber clasps from one of my zip ties. Got this here and I'm sliding this off. That's thanks to the T15 that I removed from the other side of the wonder wheel. I'm trying to get, there's a T8 on the other side of this hole here. Well, you can see it right there. Boop. But I can't get to it because the handlebar was in the way. it's like deconstructing a Lego set. So it's coming along slowly. I gave this a little bit of a tug and this one came right out of right there, but that one's not coming out. I'm afraid that's actually connected to the wonder wheel somehow. And I don't have enough slack left here. So this is the culprit right there, which is the clutch sensor. So I had to remove the T25 holding the auxiliary light on to reveal these two T30s that are torqued 8 Newton meters. I'll slide this down to here, which will give me enough slack in this thing to get this off and then get to that T8 that's right there. Like I said, Lincoln log. Yeah, like I suspected, I'm glad I didn't tug on it. You can see here, that carries through that little gap there. The reason why I couldn't find it on my new model, because it hooks into that little lower carrier and goes through to the wonder wheel. And so I couldn't see it. I couldn't figure out where it was going, but now I realize how it's connected in. So yeah, sorry, bad camera work there. I gotta get through there to that 8 mil, take this top piece off so I can get to that final piece. So figuring it out slowly, we're getting there. All right, so I used my knife. I got in to that little bit right there, pulled that out, got the second piece out. Now I'm like, well, how do I get this thing off of the wonder wheel? Well, you just wiggle. Don't worry about breaking these. This thing's going in the trash. There we go. It's off. So that's what that little piece goes to. So now what we're going to do, this is all kind of self-contained. This is the wonder wheel and the heated grip assembly. There's this. I guess while I was in there, I probably should have replaced this and the heated grips because they are getting old, but they are working for now. I'm going to blow this out with some compressed air, and then let's slide it into the new assembly. So when you're prepping the new one to go in, you have to put that T8 through and get this loose because you won't be able to slide the grip onto the thing if this is in place. So get this done first and then slide it on. This was like $300. So be very careful with these new buttons. Just don't touch them. Don't squeeze them. Don't push them. Don't move them. Yeah, this is incredibly fragile in its current state. Okay, new assembly is on. You see we have those two plugs right there. Those two plugs go in there. We're gonna hook those in, then we're gonna slide it on. Then don't forget we have this T15 that's behind the Wonder Wheel sleeve right there that puts all this locked into place. So let's get to it. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, I'm going to plug this in and test. So now that this is all assembled, I'm going to show you how this looks on the inside. See how that piece of plastic right here in the middle? That piece of plastic is fixed. So I had to cut it in order. So I didn't want to break the wires, obviously. So I cut that piece of plastic before when I was disassembling it so that I could remove the wires better. But for this, now that it's there, all I gotta just push the wires back in those brackets and click them in place. But just to show you, you can either remove them, just pull them straight out, just keep in mind that orientation, or you can do what I did and you can cut that piece of plastic in half because you were throwing out the old control knob. So totally up to you, but just keep in mind that. One last check before we tighten this all down. I did put this all back in, 8 Newton meters for the mirror holder. I don't know what it is this, but it is plastic, so don't tighten it too tight. So menu, yep, down, up, ABS, this, left flasher, right flasher, that works. There's that, that's not gonna work. And high beam, low beam. All right, when this works, menu down, Wonder Wheel to the right, left, sweet. Auxiliary works. Now, before we continue on, we're gonna find that 15 right behind here, tighten that down. Then I'm going to move these back over this, cable manage all of that, and then put my Machine Art Moto handguards back on, and we're done. All right, so now that this is up and running, you can kind of see what it looks like normal setup again. Should I have, no, this is okay. I probably should have brought that. I should do it right. Yeah, I should do that right. I should bring it over the thing. Well, I'll fix that. I'll fix that after this video's over. A little postmortem. Why do these switches fail? Well, this is your left control switch on pretty much every BMW. And all these buttons, they move. Some are meant to be held in, pressed full time, like when you have the cruise control activated. This just gets held and closed, so it doesn't click, it just closes up this way. But you'll notice that all these are just sharing a very large board of contacts. And that board all terminates basically, what is that? It comes under here, and it basically terminates into this switch right here, this 6-pin terminal. The problem with these buttons is this is the contact, but the plastic doesn't really do anything. So these guys here are they're just brittle. And you think about some of the, I'm not going to be an airhead weirdo or anything, but you think about some of the, the BMWs that are still on the road, even the K75 airheads, some of the original 1100 series bikes. This gets brittle, and will just stop working at some point. So this is my menu button right here. And it just kind of lost its nerve. So, it would be nice if these were serviceable by the button. It's not too wasteful, except for the fact that this thing's really expensive. I think it was $300 for this assembly here. And other than getting nice, bright red buttons like that are on my R18, it's really nice to have these shiny, new red buttons. You look at Heather's F750, and her buttons are starting to fade. That's how mine were worse than that. So, you know, it's nice to get bright red, but at the same time, this being one assembly kind of sucks. So anyway, it is fixed, and I just gotta get this. This is gonna drive me crazy. I gotta get that back over that. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Switch assembly replacement. Ride safe.